Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. All right, so the Kip Keino Classic came and well went. Well, I think a few events are left, but still, mostly the main events that we're looking forward to seeing are done and dusted. And yeah, a few surprising things happen, and I'm gonna get into that. And I'm gonna kick things off with the women's 100 meters. So first we had, scheduled to line up Alana Reid from Jamaica. She was scheduled to be in the women's 100 meters. Unfortunately, she did not take part in this event to leave Gina Bass to walk away with the win, and she won in at 11.33 seconds, season's best. However, also in this race, interestingly to note for me was Christine Mboma. And track is Christine Mboma placed 8th, dead last, running 12.32 seconds, which is very shocking, to say the least. So Christine Mboma, she's a 10.97 second sprinter, based on her personal best. Now, clearly much more noted for her 200-meter performances, but still, this type of field would be quote unquote well within her reach in terms of one defeating or two just being a part of the conversation in this particular race, in this particular meeting. So when you look at her 11.33 run, you'll be saying, okay, this is well within her capability to be within reaching or touching distance off. But based on this particular run, clearly not. Now, I did take a look at the race trackies, and she got to her typical bad start. She has a really bad start when it comes to executing her races. Even in the 200 meters, she has a terrible start. But over this 100 meters, she had that bad start. But typically when you'd expect her to come on in that last 40, it did not happen. Actually, it looked like she was trying and then realized that she wasn't getting back to the field, so she eased down a bit. So I would say that this time could have been potentially faster, but the mere fact that she saw herself not getting back to the field, she was like, all right, cool, I'm not getting back, let me just cruise to the line. And that's pretty much what she did. So what I noticed in this race was that she seemed visibly very heavier, very thicker. I don't know if this has anything to do with one lifting weights, and then you're going to be shedding a lot of this weight as you get closer to end game when it's championship time. I don't know if that's what's going to be happening, or could it be the fact that because she was out for so long sitting down on her laurels, she pretty much gained a ton of weight. I mean, she looked very, very heavy. If you are used to the slender, and I may put a snippet of her in the race here, don't want to get a copyright strike, guys, so that's why I'm not really putting anything in the videos, but I'm just going to put a short little snippet of it in the video for you to see. If you're known or used to seeing her run, then you'll know that she's not on the bigger side of things. Very, very slender when it comes to her frame. So seeing her look this big, for one, was slightly concerning for me, and two, now looking at the performance overall, looking at how she looks and everything physically as well, I'm wondering, is this the coming of the end of Christine Mboma? No, clearly we've been seeing a lot of races so far this weekend. A lot of the times we're not giving what we thought they would give, didn't live up to expectations. But something I noted for these performances, that it's just the first race, just the first one. Nothing really expected much for this first racing, so we can't really use it to hold against the athletes for what is to come. I still believe there's a lot to come for these athletes, and this is just a passing run. We'll take it from here when it gets to the next rounds or the next racing. But for Christine Mboma, this one is even worse than me saying, okay, this is just the first one, let's see what will happen as time progresses. Because again, not only is the time not impressive, but just looking at her physically, she doesn't look into shape to run fast. So is there still time for Christina Mboma to get back faster? Yes, I think so. But I'm concerned or questioning if she'll be able to get as fast as she was, especially over the 200 meters, the challenge there, or if potentially all of this weight that she gains has anything to do with the suppressants that she was taking in general, and if this is the end of Christine Mboma and we just won't see her get back down to super fast times. We may see her get back faster, shed some weight and everything of the sort, but will the times just not come? That's a question that is really on my brain right now when I look at this performance. But anyway, it's still the first one in. Clearly, as I said, she's much heavier, so the weight needs to drop. Let's see what happens as the season progresses. As I said, good luck to her as the season progresses. Now, one further event that I want to take a look at in this meeting as well is Letsile Tobago and this men's 200 meters, and also Courtney Lindsey. Now, interestingly, shockingly, I would say Courtney Lindsey walked away with the win, defeating Letsile Tobago over the 200-meter distance. Yes, so Letsile Tobago lost to Courtney Lindsey. Now, there's a lot of talk, including myself, that the man to beat this season will be Letsile Tobago. He's the one that will be coming out and dominating, especially the likes of a Noah Lyles. But interestingly, in this race, he picked up a L. Now, in watching the racetrack is what I would say. Courtney Lindsey got a fantastic start. Let's see, Tobago, got his normal, typical, bad start, but he tried to come back towards the end of the race. And what I did notice that if he had dipped on the line, then he would have won. In typical fashion, how Courtney Lindsey did that lunge. If let's say Tobago dipped, he would have taken the win. He probably thought he covered Courtney Lindsey, and as such, he didn't dip. But that goes to tell you, when you're in a line up against competition, so everybody wants to win, you have to go out there and dip. You can't be just there, be like, oh, I covered them, let me not dip. You dip as well. You know what I mean? Would I say that this is an upset? Not particularly. I would say that this is like a major upset. It's shocking, yes. But Courtney Lindsey has been running well. He was the world leader before dropping this time down again. So the time walking away with the win was at 19.71 seconds, right? It was both the same time for Letsile Tobago and Courtney Lindsey, only separated by the thousandths of a second, right? But Courtney Lindsey held the world lead with a 19.88. So he was well in that shape to run super fast, and this is at altitude as well. So I'm not shocked seeing this performance at all. What I will say is that Team USA will have to take note of Courtney Lindsey. So all of those guys that are looking to make the American team head into the Olympic Games, I'm talking about the Noah Lyleses, I'm talking about the Kenny Beneriks, I'm talking about the same Christian Colemans, the same Fred Curleys, the same Aaron Knighton. All of these guys will have to take note of Courtney Lindsey going forward, as far as I am concerned, based on these performances. Anyway, great start to Courtney Lindsey's season. I think Letsile Tobago is still not, hitting the gears he needs to be hitting yet. So I'm not particularly concerned by this run. As I said, based on, how it was executed, if he dipped, he would have won, and then this would be all she wrote. But I think most impressive in this race is definitely Courtney Lindsey and what it means for America and the American team going forward. But anyway, trackies, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, what do you think? So, one, Christine Mboma came out not looking like physically the frame that we were expecting from a Christine Mboma, and two, Courtney Lindsey walks away with the win. What do you think? Do you think it's like a major upset, or do you think, okay, well, within the realms of whatever you'd be expecting from a Letsile Tobago at this particular time, but it more so hones in on how good Courtney Lindsey is and what is to look forward to Courtney Lindsey coming in 2024. Anyway, like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.